Greetings to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin Masheda. Welcome back to Shexa's YouTube channel. If you like the stuff that I upload on this channel, please give me thumbs up, comment, like, and share. Lastly, but not least, click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever a new video is uploaded on this channel. Right, previously we have looked at RSH and network configurations, and in the other video we also looked at the installation of 3 virtual machines, and we have configured the firewall and SD Linux, and we have also configured computer names or host names. So today we're going to look at SSH and NFS if time permits. I don't want my videos to exceed 4-5 minutes or 1 hour. So let's get into the technical detail. So we open our VMware and we open our machines. Alright, let's open the management node. Alright, so this is our management node. Right, so in here we can connect from this side, we can connect to any other node using RSH. Same applies with SSH, but we haven't configured it yet. That's what we want to achieve with SSH as well. But with SSH, by default, it requests for a password from the user, but we want to set a passwordless SSH. So in this, let's just check whether SSH is already installed or it's not. By default, CentOS 7 comes with SSH installed already, but we just have to check. We check it like this. We grab open SSH. Is that correct? Yes, open SSH is there. Let's just wait. Open SSH server is there. Open SSH server is there. Right, so it's installed already. So we don't need to run the installation command. So let's now do the configurations. Alright, let's just check the SSH config file, which is an etc ssh config. Right, so this one is telling us about the ports and the permit to plug in, so forth and so forth. So let's check all those things in here. So the port is 22 here by default. Permit local command. All those configurations. So we're going to leave these default configurations as they are. Right. So let's just restart our sshd and let's just check the status first. System control status sshd is active, running. Right. Let's just run the enable command to make sure that it's always, of course it's always running, but you have to make sure. Right, let's now configure client SSH on client nodes. So in fact, SSH is already running. So let's just test whether we can SSH root. Let's just say complete one. It's asking us for confirmation. Let's just say yes. Then it's asking for the password, of which if it's an application, then we would need to configure the application to respond to this, but we don't want that. So we are going to set a passwordless. So we can compute one, but we've been asked for a password. So we want to remove this request for a password. So let's exit to get back to the management node. Right, let's now configure passwordless SSH on the management node. So what we do is we make a directory. In the directory, we make it in root and .ssh. Alright, it's already there. Okay, we get into that. Check the files that are there. It's having no nodes. Okay, that's fine. Let's now generate a public key. So you do SSH key gen -t RSA -p 4096. Then you can put your email address. Right, we are generating RSA keys. What's the okay? The thing is it I put space is not required. Generating public and private key. Right. End of file. Wish to save. Right. So you press enter. Press enter. Right. We are done generating the public and private key. Right, let's now copy the ID RSA. Let's just check the files that we have. We have this. Let's copy this one to a new file. So I say copy ID .pub to a new file called authorized keys. Okay, right, authorized keys. We are done with that, right? Right, let's now copy these files to our compute nodes. So we say ACP ID that ID that to root at compute one. Let's try to copy that, no such file. Okay. So what we're going to do is we want to copy this to a folder which is Shexa files, right? So we say home /Shexa files. So we want to copy these two files to that folder of complete one. We enter the password. Right, those two files are copied. We do the same for complete 2. Enter. Yes. One, two, three, four. Those two files are copied. Right. Now that we have sent these files to our client nodes, let's now go to those client nodes. We can go there through rsh compute 1. Right, we are now in compute 1. So let's make the directory, code ssh. Alright, .ssh. Right. Once we have made the directory, let's now move the files that we have copied from the management node. So you can say move from home, Shexa files, and what we want to move ID, RSA, we want to move it to this folder. Move that. We also need to move this one to that, or move that to that. Right, let's get into the folder. Let's check. Right, we now have those two files. Let's copy IT dot the public key. Okay, yes. To authorized key. Right. Enter. And I gave those 3 files, right? By now, I think we are done setting SSH. So if we try to SSH back to SSH to management, we must get there without being asked for the password. I think for the first time it's going to ask you for the confirmation, but the password is not going to ask for the password. Alright, so let's RSH to compute 2. Right, compute 2. Now in here, let's move from home, Shexa, and then Shexa files. Right, in Shexa files, what we want ID, rs, we want to copy it to, no, have we made the folder? We haven't made the folder, so make directory line root /.ssh, enter, and then we can now move. We can now move our file from home, // Shexa Martin / Shexa first ID right, and copy that and put the same here. Right, we've copied our files. Let's get into the root folder.ssh right list. We have those. Let's copy ID public key to authorized keys. Right, let's try to SSH management. Yes, right, it's now SSH. It's now copying to SSH to management. Right, let's SSH compute. Now we can SSH to any node from management. Let's SSH compute to. Yes. Right, it's now connecting to any node. It's SSH compute to. Right, we are done. We have configured passwordless SSH. We've configured passwordless SSH for our nodes. Right, we can now get into any node passwordlessly. Now let's do the configuration. Now you can see now that we are working from one node connecting to other nodes remotely. Right, let's now configure NFS. Right, now that let's just clear. Right here, let's exit, so that I want to exit so that I get to management. Right, SSH management. Right, let me just get to management, not this. Right, while in management, what we want to do now here is we want to install and configure NFS. We want to configure NFS. But to do so, we need to install it, and to install it, we need internet access. So let's just check ping 8.8.8.8. We don't have internet access, right? So what we need to do, we need to reconfigure our IP, our network file, which is this one, etc sysconfig, and the network scripts, and then if config ens33. This is the file that we need to edit. But instead of editing this, we have kept a backup file for this. So this is for static. We now need to replace this file with the one that allows us to get access to the internet. So let's exit here without doing anything. So what we want to do, we want to copy from home. Yeah, from home, Shexa, mounting Shexa files, and then we want to copy what? If config, right? Want to copy that one to etc sys, because this is the one that is the dynamic IP address configurations, and we want to copy it to sysconfig config network scripts, network scripts, and then if config en. So we want to replace this file with this one. This one is having dynamically assigned IP address, which gives us internet access. Well, this one, the one that we want to replace is having a static IP address. So we run that. Yes. Alright, yes. Right, let's restart network system control restart network. Right, it's restarting the network. Let's just wait. I don't know why it's taking this long. Charge the camera. Ilipo kwa kamera, mkamera macho.
Here it doesn't get kufunza kuti tinayi itasotayipa.
Anipa zvakatoro nomuzofana ngezvanga zviri kwazvisi. Alright, let's control C this. I don't know why it's behaving like this. Okay. Right. Let's check MPAS. Right, so you can see that it's now having this IP address. So I don't know why it's taking long to restart here to show the results here, but it has restarted successfully, and we can ping Google to check ping 8.8.8.8. Right, so we now have internet access on this node, this management node. So we have to do the same for all other nodes. So here, let's now go and do the installation. Let's install yum install nfs. Yum install nfs. Here choose nfs. Here choose library. Now it's just view, and then we don't want to respond to any questions. You need to be root, okay. Switch user, and then that it's then clear. Let me not clear. Let me just clear. right, and then run the installation. You install nfs utils -y, right. It's installing, but it's saying nfs util library is not available. No package nfs utils lib available. I don't know. Let me try again here. Let me try again. Okay, so it's installed. Let's now go into the installation of the same file in the other nodes. So to do so, let's just ssh compute 1 . Oh, okay, it's no longer sshing because we have changed the IP address. So let's Control C. So let's get, or let's copy. Let's now reset our password. Let's now reset our network to static. So we have to copy from one Shexa files, and then what do we want to code if that, right, and we want the one which is static. We want to copy it to etc sysconfig network come in.
Experimentable.
Pending the project to Google so just put the nine and it doesn't touch. Go zvidzidzo zvemuchaizvo chaizvo zviripo kutengesa right. Sorry for that disturbance. Network, yeah, reboot network scripts, and in the get if config ems33, right? So we want to replace this one with this static one, right? Yes, enter. Overwrite, yes, right, system control restart network, right, this time it restarted well. So if I say ping, if I try to ping Google, it's no longer reachable. SSH, let me try to SSH to compute 1. I'm not there. Right, in here, let me configure this to get internet access. Let me try to Right, it's not getting there, so I want it to get to the internet. So what I need to do, what I have to do is I have to copy from home, Shexa, and Shexa as well. I want to set this to access internet, right? So if config that, then I want to copy this to etc sysconfig network scripts, and then if config ens, right? So this will allow me to have internet access. Let me system control restart network. Right, I don't know why it takes this long, but I'm sure it restarted network. It has restarted the network. Right, SSH. Oh, I cannot SSH. No, let me just go direct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. If I try to ping here, I must be able to get to the internet access. I must be able to get to Google. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in here. I don't know. Right, electric computer one. Okay, I don't know why it's now. I don't know why it's taking this long to restart the network. So it's running, that's why it's not responding. So okay. So let's go and do the same where we wait for that one. Let's exit. Right, we're going to copy 2. Let's copy from 1. Shexa. If config. We want to copy this to etc sysconfig network scripts ens. Okay, let's if config ens 3. Right, yes. System control restart network. Right, as this is restarting the network, let's get back to computer 1. It's not yet done. I don't know why it's taking this long to just restart the network. It could be, I don't get the sense. It's because I connected to this remotely, So I restarted the network and get a network IP address that is different from the one that I have. So it's now struggling to log in back. So I'm sure that's what is happening. It's exactly what is happening. So let me just reboot this node. So this node is alright. Let's just power these, restart. Let's just restart this, and then I'm sure here we should be able to type in some commands. Okay, we are not able. Let's restart this as well. This one is restarted. Let's try to ping 8.8.8.8. It's not pinging. So don't make the same mistake of remotely connecting and then change the IP address. You get stuck, right? So let's install NFS utils, and then NFS utils lib -y. Right. It's installing. Right, it is completed the installation. Let's get in here. Let's do this here. This one I'm sure it's saving a static IP address. Right, this one is done. Let's open the terminal and switch user. Right here we want to ping 8.8.8.8. Alright, it's responding, so we have internet access in here. So let's run install NFS utils NFS utils library and download and confirmations. So this one is done. So let's restore the static IP address. Run. Alright, so installation here is complete. Right, so let's restore. Alright, let's restore this to static IP address. So to do so, we copy from home Shexa and we want to copy if config. Right, we want static here and we want to copy it to etc this config network script, and then if config EMS root3, and then we want to override that one. System control restart network. Right, ping 8.8.8.8. It's no longer getting the APIs. We now have a static IP address, which is that one, and then here installation is complete. Let's try to ping 8.8.8.8 It's responding. Let's now do it. Copy. We now want to restore it to static IP address. cp copy from Shexa files if config. I want the static one. I want to copy it to etc sysconfig network scripts. Network scripts if config ens -3, and then we replace yes system control restart network. Right, we must now have a static IP address. Yes, it's now there. Right, so we have installed NFS. Let's now get to we can work from this one. Let's just clear, and then we configure NFS server. So to configure the NS server with SSH management, so this is our NFS server. Let's start system control. Start RPC bind and NFS server. Right, we've started those, and then let's enable them as well. So enable, right, we have enabled it. Right, let's now make the directory that we want to share. So make directory in mnt, and we call the file as nfs share. Right, so let's just check. Right, we have the file, we've created a file. Right, let's open the exports file. etc exports. Is this the file? Okay, yes. Let's now specify the file that we have shared, /nf mnt/nfs share. Right, this is the folder that we are sharing. Here you specify the IP addresses. You can say 10.10.0.1, but here we want to share with every node, so we say all, and then we specify read, write, sync, and no root, squash, no subtree, check, and then this is the statement that we want. Right, we write and quit. Once that is done, we can run export fs -a, right, and then we are done with server configurations. Let's now ssh compute 1. Right, in compute 1 we've installed NFS, so let's make the directory that we want to mount the shared folder. So mnt, we just create it in the same NFS share. Right, let's just check. Right, we've created the folder. Let's just check show mount msd 10.10.0.1. Right, we have this folder shared by this node. Right, so we can also check rpc info -p for management. Right, that's rpc info. We have NFS there, NFS, okay, that's fine. And we can now mount the shared folder, which is in management, and then it's in mnt, and it's NFS share. Right, we're mounting it into mnt of this folder, of this node. Right, run. Let's now check whether we have mounted it or not. Alright, we can see here it's mounted, right, from management to this node. That's okay. To check, let's just cd into /mnt /mfs share. And let's create a file in there. Let's just say test.txt. Alright, ls, we have a file here. Let's ssh management and then cd /mnt /nfs share. Right, ls, we can see it from management. So this folder is available in both nodes, this one and that one. However, we have just mounted the let me ssh into compute. Right, we have just mounted the shared folder to our compute node 1. But if we restart the machine, then we will need to manually mount the shared folder again. So to avoid that, we open in compute node the file in etc, and the file is called fs10, if not mistaken, right? And then here we add the following line at the end. At the end of this, we say management /mnt /nfs share NFS share. We need to mount it into /mnt /nfs share. And we need these services. e.g. NFS EE or S interrupt TCP, then specify active time. Escape or right and quit, and then we mount -a, right? So let's reboot. We want to check whether it's going to, whether we're going to have access to this shared folder after reboot. And then let's ssh to compute 2. Right, we are in here. Let's make the directory we want to we want to mount the shared folder. mnt nfs share. Right, ls /mnt. Alright, we have it. Let's show mount. We've executed it several times, right? It's there. RPC info. Is that? Let's now mount management /mnt nfs share into mnt nfs share. Alright, it's mounted. So df-h to check yes, it's mounted. Alright, let's just check mnt nfs share. If we manage to see the file that we've created before, it means we have mounted it successfully. Right, there we get it. Let's just create, okay. Let's now make sure that it mounts automatically. But before we do that, let's ssh to compute 1. Yes. Right, compute 1, right. Right, let's see the mnt nfs share in place. We can access this, so we done. So let's exit and get to this. Right now in compute 2. So in compute 1 we've restarted it and auto mount was successfully done. Now let's open vi etc fs tab. Right, insert this line, which is management mnt nfs share, which is being mounted to mnt nfs share, and then the service is nfs auto no a type. We're just repeating what we've done before in node NFS was in node 1. Right, we are done here with NFS mount minus A. Right, let's just reboot and check if we still have access to the shared folder. Oh yes, let's just wait. So as we are waiting, let's just create some files in this node from this, in the shared folder from this node. So let's open it now, and then switch users, right, CT, MT, NFS share, and list with that. Let's touch another file named Shexa .txt. Alright, let's get to that. Right, Ctrl+Shift+T, switch user, right, in here let's see the MT NFS ls. Wow, we have all files. So we have configured NFS, we've configured passwordless SSH, we've configured passwordless RSH, and we've set the static IP addresses, we have set the host names, and we've configured our firewall to stop and disable it permanently. Same applies, we've stopped and disabled SE Linux permanently. So that's all for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching this video tutorial. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching this video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.